Hello everyone, my name is Ritish Goel. So in this video, I will be demonstrating task 4.3D Advanced Object Relation Mapping using Entity Framework Core for the SAT 331. The goal of the task is to add a persistence layer implementation to our robot controller API, this time using Entity Framework Core using database first approach. In previous task, we have used RAW-ADO-NET in 4.1, then fast member with the repository pattern in 4.2c. This task extends the architecture by plugging EF core as a drop-in replacement without changing a single line in the controllers. I will walk through the project structure, the entity framework files, the dependency injections which in program CS, and then finish with lab API testing, including the edge cases and individual inputs. Now let me explain the overall architecture before dividing it into the code. So the application follows the repository pattern with dependency injection. The controllers never talk to database directly. They only talk to the interfaces iRobot command datasets and IMAP datasets. So these are both of the files. Now you can see the three complete implementation of each interface ADO, repository and the new EF versions. Because the controller depend on the interface, not the concurrent class. I can swap implementations by changing just two lines in the program CS. For this task, I use the database first approach. This means the database already exists and I reverse engineering it use the .NET EF scaffold command to auto-generate the DB context and model classes. This is the best approach for decoupling the database scheme from the application code. So here is the interface contract. 6 methods: get robot commands, get robot command by ID, move commands, add robot command, update robot command, and delete a robot command. So every EF ADO repository class implements exactly these 6 methods. So robot context. It is the heart of our entity framework. It was scaffolded by the .NET EF tool and then manually adjusted. It extends DB context and exposes two DB set properties, one for robot commands and one for map. These are essential EFs in memory representation for database tables. The on configuring method set up the database connection using the connection string from appsettings.json. I also added EF built-in logging, specifically in log2 line, which prevents every SQL command EF executes to the console. This is how I collected the SQL for the EF report.txt file. On model creating. So this column mapping configuration, since our database uses lowercase column names like isMove command and our C# models use Pascal case like is capital M move command, I tell EF exactly which C# property maps to which database column using has column name. One special case is the square computed column on the map table. A mic it has value generated on add or update or set a board before and after save behaviors to ignore, so EF never tries to insert or update this column. PostgreSQL computes it automatically. Now moving to robot command EF. Robot command EF implements iRobot command datasets using EF core. It receives a robot context via constructor injection. Now get robot command method. Get move commands uses a where clause. EF translates this lambda into a SQL query. Where is SQL? I get the control. So get robot commands is just one line. Return context dot robot commands to list. EF translate this line call into a select star from robot command, fetches all rows and map them into C# object automatically. After that we have get move commands. Get move commands uses the Linux where clause. EF translate the lambda into a SQL where is move command is equal to true to list. The filtering happens on the database server, not in memory. Now we have the add robot command method. This for add robot command, I set the timestamps, call context add to stats to entity, and then save changes to actually send the insert SQL to database. EF uses returning to ID to get back and the auto-generated parameter. Now we have update robot command method. This method fetches the existing record, updates its property, then calls the save changes. EF changes tracker detects what changes generates minimal update to the statement, only the modified columns. After that we have the delete command. This fetches the entity calls, remove the stage, the deletion, and save changes to send the delete SQL. If the ID does not exist, we throw a key not found exception so that the controller returns a proper status code 404. Now moving to the map.ef.cs. Map.ef follows exactly the same pattern as robot command ef, implementing imap datasets for the map table. It has get maps by ID, get scare maps, which filters where columns equal rows, add map, update map, and delete map, same as the previous robot ef.cs. Now moving to the program cs file. So this is our beauty of the repository pattern to switch from 4.2c fast member implementation to 4.3d entity framework. I change all with these three lines in program CS as you can see. After that, I will show you the ef report.txt file. It contains all the SQL that ef code generated for each method. I collected this by enabling the log to console logging and run the application in debug mode. You can see ef produce clean parameterized SQL. For example, get robot commands generate a straightforward select with columns listed. Add robot command generate and insert with parameter placeholders and returning ID class, which is PostgreSQL specific and is how AF retrieves the auto-generated IDs after insertion. The update robot command generates a targeted update and delete generates delete, where ID equals the parameter. All queries are fully parameterized, which protects against SQL injection automatically. Now let's run our program. As our program is running successfully, now we will use Postman to test everything. Now let's first go to the robot commands we have. So we have to use an slash so that the query execute properly. You can see all the commands we have. So we have all these commands you can see clearly. Now we can also try the command by using an ID. See if I put the ID, I get the fourth ID. Now if we'll try with the move commands, Now we will search for the maps command, different maps. So these are the maps command we have for using the get functions. Now if we check for the square, so it is, so it returns all the maps as you can see clearly. Now if we check for the wrong inputs, robot commands. For example, if we put an invalid ID that is not have, we get the 404 not found and also get a text message that robot command with ID 17 is not found. Also, we can also use a post command. So we get an error 415 unspotted media type because we does not enter any empty body. We have provided an empty body for this. So this is our whole task. As you can also you can see that we get all the commands in also in the console. So to summarize this task, at Entity Framework Core as the third persistence layer, implement using the database first approach, the repository pattern and dependency injection, also switching between ADUNet, fast member and EF core with two line change in program CS. Thank you.